We're going to kick things off by doing a little math and working through some problems together. In case the students here haven't done enough homework this week. All right, let's see. Does this make anyone uncomfortable?
Yes, very.
A little bit. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do an easier one since there's kids in the audience. This one's a little simpler. Let's see. How about this? Better? Maybe you learned this a long time ago, but you haven't had a chance to brush up on it recently. All right, one more. This? Still uncomfortable? Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with math too. Lots of people are, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. And I've come to realize over the past year that it's mainly about how math is taught, and science too. And I've gotten much more comfortable with math over the past year since I discovered something called the Khan Academy. I know some people in the audience know what this is. Who knows what this is? Anyone know about this? Raise your hands. Not many. All right, less than last night, which is good for me because I actually like telling people about this. The Khan Academy is an awesome educational development that started as a one-man operation, then grew to become a not-for-profit organization with millions of dollars in public support, and evolved to be what it is today, which is it reaches people all over the world and educates them for free. So like I said, it started as a one-man operation, so chapter 1 of the speech will start by meeting that one man. This is Salman Khan. He's the guy who started this thing, and he was an academic hotshot who went to MIT and got 3 technical degrees there simultaneously, and he then went on to get his Harvard MBA. So right out of college, he was doing really well for himself, and he got a job managing a hedge fund. And one day he talked to his aunt, who said that her little daughter Nadia, his cousin, was having trouble with her simple 7th grade math. So Sal Khan's really good at that, so he agreed to tutor her. But the problem is little cousin Nadia lived in New Orleans and Sal Khan lived out on the West Coast. So how are they going to do this tutoring? What they started to do was they would talk on the phone and use Yahoo Doodle with a shared notepad. So they could each write equations and see the same thing, see the same screen. And he would talk her through the equations and help her and answer any questions that she had. And so after about a month, the tutoring was going so well that Nadia's 2 brothers, Sal Khan's 2 other little cousins, wanted to be tutored by him as well. So he said, yeah, of course, I want to help all my cousins learn. And so now he's tutoring 3 kids, and the tutoring is working really well, but it's getting difficult to schedule because he's working a full-time job, plus trying to organize a time where all of them can talk on the phone and do this tutoring together. So what he started to do to make the scheduling easier was record the videos in like a YouTube format, and they were 10-minute tutoring videos. He would post them on YouTube after he made them at his own convenience. And his cousins and whoever else wanted to watch them could watch them at their own convenience. So he started producing these videos, and soon enough, not just his cousins, but other people were watching the videos, and they got kind of a YouTube following. And people were loving the videos, the YouTube hits were going up, so he decided he was going to quit his full-time job and just make these tutoring videos full-time, which he did. So chapter 2 of the evolution of this thing takes us away from Sal Khan for a second to this person. Everybody knows who this is. This is Bill Gates. He's the 2nd richest man in the world, but in addition to being a great businessman, he does a lot for charity and for public education in particular. According to an article about him in Fortune, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gave $700 million to public education in just 1 year. And in addition to caring about public education, he also cares a lot about tutoring his 3 kids in math and science in particular. So Bill Gates discovered these Khan Academy videos that Sal Khan was putting on YouTube, and he flipped out for him. Him and his kids were burning through them, doing exercises and using the videos and really benefiting from them. So because of the YouTube format, Sal Khan doesn't know who's watching his videos, so he doesn't know that he's made a fan in Bill Gates. So it was a huge surprise for him when he heard secondhand that Bill Gates at the Aspen Ideas Festival gave him a huge shout out, telling in a public setting, Sal Khan's a genius, these videos are amazing, you have to check this out. So a public endorsement from someone as important as Bill Gates, of course, gets everyone scurrying around wondering, what's this guy talking about and how can we get on board? So as soon as Bill Gates gave this public endorsement, money started to pour into the Khan Academy, and culminating with a $1.6 million donation from Bill Gates, according to an article in the Canadian Globe and Mail, and a $2 million award from Google, according to the Google website. So all this money that poured in after this endorsement allowed them to take it to where it is today. They used a lot of this money to hire new staff. It's now a staff of just 18 people, which is still very small, but it's enough to do what they're trying to do. And they also used this money to start translating the videos into as many languages as they could, so it could reach people all over the world, which it is doing now. So chapters 1 and 2 of this, I told you how it evolved and how it became what it is today. Chapter 3, I'll show you where it's at now and tell you where it's going to go. In case you're wondering why I'm using these goofy graphics, this is the art from the Khan Academy website. This is a screenshot I did from their website. This is what's called their knowledge map. And these are all exercises you can do, and it grades you. And you can sign in with your either Google or Facebook account, and it keeps track of your progress. So the knowledge map, the exercises start with addition 1, which is just 1 plus 1 is 2. And it builds through block by block, step by step, up to more complicated math like differential calculus and the kinds of equations we started off looking at, which I don't understand at all. I wasn't pretending to, by the way. So when you're working through these exercises, like I said, it keeps track of your progress, and you get badges for your progress. I hate to sound dorky, but it really makes learning fun. And if you're having any trouble with one of the exercises, you just watch one of these tutorial videos. They're all 10 minutes long, so it's not like you're sitting down for a feature-length movie about mathematics or anything. It's just long enough to teach you what you don't know. And the important thing is you can watch these videos over and over again and go back and watch them when you don't understand something or you're stuck on something. You can go back and refresh your memory or cover what Sal Khan in an article for the Chronicle for Higher Education called the knowledge gaps that develop, especially in our educational system and with math and science in particular, because math and science are both, they work on building blocks. And if you take algebra and you pass the class with a C, that might be good enough for you for that semester, but you're not going to be prepared for trigonometry or calculus or whatever the next level of math or science that you're entering is. And the teachers never say, does anyone want to go back and cover something that they didn't get in a previous class? Because they have to move at the pace of the whole class. They can't focus on individual students and what they hadn't learned before. So the design of this allows people to close those gaps, and if you don't understand something or you never mastered something, you can go back and master it. And everyone develops those gaps, which is why most people walk around saying they're not good at math, because if you didn't learn something, you never have a chance to pick it up again. Even an A student who gets an A with a 91%, that's a really good grade, but you're still missing 9% of what you should have to move on. So this allows you to go back and fill in those gaps. And the plan is to just keep adding videos on every conceivable topic. It's not just math and science anymore. 2 additional professors he hired are doing videos in art history and history, teaching that kind of curriculum as well. And last night I gave this speech, and I said the count on the company website in October was over 2,600 videos. And I went home last night and checked again, and the current count is over 2,700 videos. So just last month, Sal Khan and 2 other professors added 100 videos. So the plan is to keep growing and eventually, hopefully, get some kind of accreditation so people can learn either partly in college or partly on the Khan Academy, and then take a test that will get you an internationally recognized college degree almost for free. And almost for free is really what I love about this thing and the nonprofit spirit of it. The plan is to keep it nonprofit and offer this education to people, because just like Sal Khan wanted to help his little cousins learn, he wants to offer the same help to everyone free of charge. And it's reaching millions of people now, and to sum this up, I'm going to take it back to the one person it started with a quote by Sal Khan off the Khan Academy website. This is in response to, he frequently gets approached by businessmen and investors saying, why don't we make this a business? We can make a fortune. Millions of web hits every month and an endorsement from Bill Gates, we could make $100 million. And in response to those people, Sal Khan says, when I'm 80, I want to feel that I helped give access to a world-class education to billions of students around the world. I already have a beautiful wife, a hilarious son, 2 Hondas, and a decent house. What more does a man do? You guys are a real class act, and I invite you to check out this thing that he invented. Thank you.